Hello guys, this is Wale Farron. I'm a tech entrepreneur and welcome to another episode of Tech Roundup, your weekly opinion, views and analysis of the top tech events happening around the world with a focus on Nigeria. On Tech Roundup today, we'll do a sales roundup of last week Black Friday. We'll look at activities of the leading incubator in Nigeria as transport unions reach a deal with transport tech startup in Lagos. Let's get started. Last week, we spoke about Black Friday and expectations of bargains for consumers and sales for retailers. Well, Black Friday in the US hit a new high, and we thought we should talk about it on this episode. According to analytics from Adobe, consumers spent over $7.4 billion online this last Black Friday, buying goods online via computers, tablets, and smartphones. These figures were up by 20% from $6.2 billion on Black Friday in 2018. Although the sales outlook actually fell a little bit short of Adobe's prediction for the day, which was $7.5 billion. Popular products included toys, best-selling video games like FIFA 20, Madden 20, and Nintendo Switch, and top electronics included Apple laptops, AirPods, and Samsung TVs. A full $2.9 billion of Black Friday sales happened on smartphones, and we're now approaching a tipping point where soon smartphones might outweigh web-based purchases through computers. In Nigeria, mega retailers participated in Black Friday sales, including e-commerce giants Jumia and Konga, as well as several brick-and-mortar stores, including Spar, Games, ShopRite, and many more. The Black Friday numbers from Nigeria are not readily available, partly because, data don't come readily from our market, but also because most Black Friday sales are now for an extended period of time and are still ongoing. I reached out to the CEO of Konga to get a sense of how it's going this year, and it was very upbeat about the performance so far. He said, and I quote, "Black Friday went really well. We, however, focus on pushing Yakata, a brand we've created for the sales period, to cover for a period starting from the second week of November all the way to the second week of December. From the previous years, we've noticed that when we do Black Friday sales on an actual day alone, sales before and shortly after are affected. So it made sense to turn into a shopping season. With the new strategy, we did minimum of 3 times regular sale every day, and the campaign peaked every Friday to as high as 5 times the normal sales. On the 29th, the real Black Friday, we broke our record by doing over 8 times our sales volume." End quote. There are a few trends that are driving online sales around the world, which are also manifesting in the Nigerian market. 1. The advancement of smartphones and how easy it is to complete tasks on them makes online shopping more convenient and will continue to drive online sales. 2. Online retailers by design are able to offer better pricing as they do not incur some fixed costs otherwise associated with brick and mortar model. So better pricing will attract more shoppers. And 3. The Amazon factor. Multiple stores, free shipping, prime benefits, and the list goes on, makes online the first destination for searching and ultimately shopping. I know we've discussed factors impeding e-commerce growth in Nigeria, but it's just a matter of time before we start seeing real advancement and growth in the space. We look forward to next year's Black Friday. In our very first story on this show, we discussed the tech ecosystem in Africa and how tech incubators are fueling the growth of startups in Nigeria and other parts of the continent. One of such is Seedstars, a private-based group of companies with a mission to impact people's lives in emerging markets through technology and entrepreneurship. The group's activities cover over 80 emerging ecosystems through a variety of events such as Seedstars World Competition, acceleration programs, physical hubs called Seed Space, venture capital investment, and company building activities. I sat down with the country manager Alicia Balducci in Lagos to catch up on how they've been impacting startups in Nigeria, and here is a portion of that interview. Two questions here. Why is Lagos buzzing? I've spent several years, couple of decades here already, and maybe because I'm a native of this place, sometimes I don't get it when I read the. Yeah, I'm stuck here. So I don't know, what is it about Lagos from an external perspective? And then two, how is Seedstars differentiating from all the other competing offerings that are out there today?
Okay, got it. So first of all, regarding Nigeria and Lagos in particular, as I mentioned, this was the 7th edition Lagos of our competition. Tells you that because we've been running the competition for 7 years, so we've been in Lagos from day one when we were covering only 20 countries with the first competition. At this point, we cover 80 countries with the competition, and Lagos is still there. The truth is, I believe for foreign investors, Nigeria is just such an interesting market, of course, because of the size, but also for the fact that the ecosystem is so developed. I think part of it is cultural. I think traveling around Nigeria and discussing with my teammates, we discovered that, I don't think the story about resilience about the Nigerian people is just
it's not exaggerated.
No, it's not exaggerated. Yeah. I just see, even with the investment readiness program, I mentioned we run that globally. We started running it from all the 15 hubs at the same time, and Lagos had the most number of applications by far, almost double than the next hub.
The full episode of that interview will be released on Tech Roundup Talk on Monday, December 16. Please stay tuned for that episode. And to our last story this week. Starting and running a business in Nigeria comes with a lot of challenges. Startups have to deal with infrastructure, people, and regulatory issues. A few months ago, we discussed the challenges of transport tech startups are facing in many cities around the country. And today, we're talking about their recent trouble posed by disorganized public transport unions. After months of pushback, bike-hailing companies are said to have reached an agreement with the National Union of Road Transport Workers and the Road Transport Employers Associations. I don't even know who those are. Two of the biggest road transport unions in Nigeria. According to sources, riders affiliated with these startups will buy a 500 naira daily ticket that allows them to operate anywhere in the state without the fear of harassment. Negotiations have been on apparently for months between bike-hailing companies and the two unions. For months, the unions have harassed riders affiliated with these startups, forcing them to pay levies to operate in many parts of Lagos. We hear that the unions had originally proposed a 1,000 naira daily ticket, which was rejected by the startups, but the new agreement was brokered by the Lagos state government. This is definitely an interesting space, and we'll continue to report events as they unfold. Please keep your comments and feedback coming on LinkedIn at Wale Faron, and remember to sign up to our Tech Roundup YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Please look at the bottom of the screen for all our social media handles. Please follow, like, share, and join the conversation. Please remember to also listen to Tech Roundup on Techie Talk every Wednesday from 1:30 p.m. in Nigeria on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM if you're in Lagos. Have a great weekend, guys, and see you all again next week. Kasumre.